Hi, my name is Ryan Irwin. I am a member of the Muse West Concerts Board of Directors. Our organization continues to reflect on the knowledge that our concerts, our master classes, and other community events take place on the traditional unceded land of the Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Musqueam First Nations. As a nonprofit organization in British Columbia, Muse West has pledged to make reconciliation a meaningful aspect of our programming in a variety of different ways. This includes considering Indigenous ways of decision-making, hiring Indigenous performers, and commissioning Indigenous composers. And finally, Muse West has pledged financial support to organizations that help support residential school survivors. We thank the Coast Salish Nations, who have been caretakers of the land since time immemorial.
Have you heard of the Tutoring app?
What app?
2X. It's a tutoring app that connects you to a bunch of tutors for like any subject.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, you can just download it. You can get connected tutors right away.
That's awesome.
2X. So you can answer all your questions.
Est-ce que vous aidez avec le français avancé?
Bien sûr, je suis spécialiste de français. Ici à Tutoring, on enseigne dans tous les langues.
Merci 2X.
I still don't understand this Shakespeare quote.
Why don't you contact me on 2X and we can set up an appointment and we can talk about it more.
Thanks, 2X. X has given me the confidence that I can get support with my learning whenever I need it.
Hi, my name is Christina Tong, and this is my cello partner, Judy Lou, and we are both faculty members at the Langley Community Music School. I first met Judy about 5 years ago when she very graciously agreed to turn pages for me for a cello concert.
I remember that cello concert when we met. A really pretty girl came up to me with a huge binder at that time. And asked me to page turn, and I said, yes, of course. And she very patiently explained what needed to be done. I was very impressed by how put together and professional this young girl is.
Oh, Judy, thanks. It could be super nerve-wracking having someone page turn for you because sometimes they're too early, sometimes they turn too late, sometimes not at all. So I was super grateful that Judy was She could read my mind and she has such quick reflexes. Thank you, Judy.
No problem. This was indeed the start of a deep and meaningful friendship filled with trust, laughter, a lot of great food, and of course music.
Yeah, we're huge foodies here.
Absolutely. Our theme for today's concert is a quote from Georgia Keats. Music is what feeling sounds like. The pandemic has robbed us of a lot of experiences momentarily. My personal feeling is that everyday life quickly became a routine full of checking off to-do lists, being isolated from people I loved and cared for. Thankfully, I had music to keep me company. Sometimes my music would be the one telling me how I'm feeling. Music is truly a gift for us to channel our deep feelings into.
And we are honored today to share our interpretation of Music is What Feelings Sound Like.
So the first piece we'll be playing for you is Salut by Edward Elgar. This was a love song to his wife, Alice Roberts. In the summer of 1888, Alice gave Elgar a poem she had written called Love's Grace. Elgar, enamored with Alice's poem, decided to reciprocate with this song, Salut, which means a love letter.
The melody is really warm and just so welcoming, and it makes me imagine Elgar's love and affection for his wife, and it's one of my personal favorites. Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Next, we have Johann Brahms's Cello Sonata in E minor. We'll be performing the first movement, Allegro non troppo. Brahms loved chamber music in all forms and wrote in piano parts for himself to play. The sonata we'll be playing for you today was written for Brahms' dear friend Joseph Gansbacher, who was a singing professor and amateur cellist. In this sonata, the cello is often the base support of the entire harmonic structure, and the piano is often in the soprano in both hands. This constant shifting of registers with the cello above, below, and in between what the piano plays creates an intimate fusing of the two instruments. There's no feeling of which instrument is more important. The lead is constantly shifting.
Although a funny incident, Brahms insisted on playing the sonata with Gansbacher, his friend, and Brahms played so loudly that Gansbacher said, "I cannot hear my cello at all," and Brahms replied, "Lucky for you," and then proceeded to play even louder. And ironically, Judy often asks me to play louder in this sonata, so we have a good balance today. And the next two will be La Vie en Rose and Fly Me to the Moon, which I don't really think it needs an introduction, but please sing along if you feel like it.
for you is called Élégie by Gabriel Fauré. An elegy is a type of musical work which is usually sad or somber nature, as it is usually a lament for the dead. When Fauré was 34, instead of mourning over a loss, he actually wrote it when he was devastated and grieving over his broken engagement to his long-term love. There are many losses we all experience in life, and the biggest loss I've experienced was losing my grandmothers, who were both strong, capable, and loving women. So I'd like to dedicate this song to them to let them know that I'm well, and I hope they are too.
The next one we are going to play for you is Chopin's Nocturne in E flat major. Nocturne is a German word for night music, and all of Chopin's nocturnes are meant to evoke this idea of serenity, calm, mystery. And this particular nocturne, I came across it when I was about 9. And at that time, my dad had all these CD collections, and I would rummage through them and listen to them for hours and hours. And that's when I discovered Madonna, Rod Stewart, Frank Sinatra, and Chopin. And I thought this nocturne was the most beautiful music I've ever heard. And even though it was way beyond my ability at that time, I just played it over and over again. And I'm really grateful that I can share this with you today. The last piece we're going to play for you today is Popper's Hungarian Dance. And Popper was known for his incredibly difficult technical pieces to really challenge the cellist. Insanely fast tempo? Check. Crazy rhythms? Check. Most impossible intonation and finger work? Check. Do you play all those things effortlessly, Judy?
There's a will, there's a way.
Judy is a super cellist. And when you listen to us play today for this Popper piece, there are some really fast sections. And if you look at Judy's bow close enough, you'll notice some bouncing.
Right on the string.
Yeah, bouncing on the string.
Yeah.
Yeah. And before we play this last piece with us, we just want to thank you for sharing in this music experience with us. As Pablo Casals quoted, music is a divine way to tell beautiful, poetic things to the heart.
We hope that you were able to felt what we were trying to express with that music today. We look forward to performing for you live one day soon. Meanwhile, please stay safe and please enjoy this last piece, Popper's Hungarian Rhapsody.